Hey guys, welcome back to the channel on a Monday. I really appreciate you joining me, and for you new folks, thanks for checking out my channel. Every little bit helps, and I appreciate you taking the time to do so. Today we have the Casio tank. Now the tank part, that's my nickname. Some people are calling this the Terminator, some people are calling this something else, but I like tank. Call it what you want. Anyway, this is model number MWD110H-1AV, and this is a fantastic value watch. I really like it. Let's check it out. Alright guys, we'll get into this thing, but first check out my Amazon shopping channel if you like this or any of the other watches I've reviewed on my channel. As y'all know, I get a very small commission, yada yada yada. So if you want to help me out, head on over to my Amazon store and pick up a watch. I would really appreciate it. So typical Casio watch box here. This is like the typical type of watch box for their, entry-level model watches. Obviously, this isn't like G-Shock package or anything. Just, simple, Casio watch box. Anyway, there you go. This also comes wrapped in plastic, which I've already taken off. As usual, we'll talk about the 7 specs you need to know, then I'll dive a little bit deeper into it. Here's your manual down here. And here's your big little tag here that says big little. Here is your tag. This is 10-year battery. Now, whether this would really last on a 10-year battery, I don't know. I mean, maybe 6 or 7 years. I don't know. It depends on how much you use the light. Depends on how many times you use all the different functions. So I think, honestly, I think 10 years, guys, it's a little bit of a stretch. But, I mean, I've heard some anecdotal stories that I've had this, I've had a watch that lasted 11 years. I mean, it really just depends on your usage. How much battery life you're actually going to get out of a, claimed 10-year battery life. Who knows? All right, let's take this thing off. We'll get all this stuff out of the way, and then we'll talk more about this watch. So you're looking at a 47.2 millimeter resin case with a stainless steel bezel. It's 12.3 millimeters thick. It's 50.8 millimeters lug to lug. It does come on a 20 millimeter resin strap. It's 100 meters water resistant, which is 330 feet. You get the 3517 movement with, again, a claimed 10-year battery life. Again, that's debatable. And you do get a resin crystal. You don't get a mineral crystal. This is actually plastic and or resin. And if you want to learn all about the other features of the watch, check down there in the description field. Like it's got a stopwatch, a timer, alarm, world time, auto calendar, all that other stuff. Check down there in the description field if you want to get into the nitty gritty of the watch. So again, I like this watch. I love the basic look of it. It's very high tech looking. Especially with that stainless steel bezel, that octagonal, kind of look. It kind of reminds me of like the 5600 series. Obviously, you got a lot more information right there on the LCD, which is cool. You're always going to see the time no matter what mode you're in, which is really cool. You've also got that little graphic when it's counting down the seconds right there in the middle where my finger is. You got your modes right here. It tells you if you're in an alarm or stopwatch or dual time. And of course, your big time down here with the PM indicator and your big digits right here. I do like also the pushers. The pushers are bigger than normal. I really like that stainless steel bezel. The whole case isn't stainless steel. You just got this nice big bezel on here. So it helps with, if you bump into something or you scratch something or whatever. I like that. Again, big pushers on the side. Big light button, and I'll show you the light here in just a minute. You don't get, this is not like a feature-packed watch like some of those upper grade Casios or G-Shocks. You don't get multiple alarms, you don't get solar, you don't get atomic, you don't get a lot, any of those sensors. This is kind of, I wouldn't say bare bones, but it's almost as bare bones as you can get. This is kind of like one of those watches where, you buy it really just to have the time. You really don't really need anything else. You just want the time. You want it to look good. But this, this watch's claim to fame is the stainless steel bezel, which I think is really, really cool. And it's very well done. You can't really tell it's got any brushing. It does have, I can kind of tell like some, slight vertical brushing on here. It looks like. Then you got the little black, rivets to hold the stainless steel bezel onto the case. Here's a close-up of the side of the pushers. Right there. Let me go to the other side. All right, here's your light button right there. And it's a decent LED they got in here. Pretty good. Let's go ahead, open it up. Typical strap. Kind of reminds me of the strap you get on like a Duro, one of those Casio Duros. You got your keeper, removable keeper, plastic tang and buckle. There you go. Again, this isn't a dive watch, so don't think that it's going to be a dive watch. You do have these baffles right here, but I wouldn't try to wear this on a wetsuit or anything like that. Here's the underside. Just basic information. It says, WR stands for water resist. Stainless steel back. Made in China. What a shock. And this is a screw-in case back, not a screw-down case back. Again, the case is resin, but that bezel is stainless steel, which is pretty cool. Let me go ahead and go through the basic functions of the watch. I mean, this should be pretty quick. So here's your time mode. All right, there is your timer right there. There's your stopwatch. Again, you can always see the time up here. There's your alarm, which I currently have set to 7:30. There's your dual time, which I think is 6 hours ahead. I have it, or 4 hours ahead. I can't remember. I have it set to Greenwich Mean Time, GMT time, which I can't remember if it's 5 or 6 hours ahead. Anyway, it's one of those two. And now you're back to regular timekeeping. So, guys, that's it. I can demonstrate the timer. As you can see, it's counting down. There's a timer. Start, stop, reset. Same with the stopwatch. Now you're counting up instead of counting down. Start, stop, reset. And then again, again, there's your alarm and your, now you're back to regular time. And you can also set it to have an hourly time signal as well, which I love. Guys, it's a pretty simple watch to operate. This might be one of the best beaters out there. Casio honestly makes so many great, super affordable watches. And this is just another one in a long history of great Casio beaters. They're inexpensive. They're well made. They're pretty tough. This isn't going to be G-Shock tough, but they're pretty tough. They're good looking. You get a lot for your money. Retail, you can always take about 20% off of retail. I think the retail on this is $42.95. You can get it on Amazon for, I think, $33. So you can always, get these, less than retail, which I like. This also comes in a kind of like a military green colorway as well. It's just a little bit darker green. And I think, again, for what you're paying, man, you can't really beat Casio watches. You just can't. Bottom line, you just cannot beat Casio watches. If you want like a great weekender watch, beater watch, work on your truck watch, these are the watches to get. And that's why people buy millions and millions and millions of these things every year. So anyway, with that being said, let me go try it on real quick on my 8-inch wrist. And then we'll check out the Lume. Actually feels pretty good. Wow. That was a little surprising that it feels a lot better than I thought it would. There you go. Good looking watch, man. I really like that stainless steel bezel. That really adds something to the watch. And again, I'm calling this thing the tank. Y'all can call it whatever you want. Wow. It does have that kind of that really high-tech look to it. Love it. All right. Let's go ahead and check out this Lume. Let's kill all the lights here. See what we got for Lume. It's kind of got like a yellowish glow to it, which is not my favorite type of Lume. I tried to get the house dark as I could here. But anyway, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. There you go. Now, you can't set how long the light lasts, which unfortunately sucks. See, it's got that. It does illuminate the LCD completely, which I love. I just prefer a white LED to this one. That's just me personally. There you go. So it does, let me go a little closer up here for you. There you go. Let's go back to regular time. There we go. I'm going to show you one other thing here real quick. Let's cut everything back on. Tell me what you think of this watch, guys. Tell me if you like it. Tell me if you like the name, the tank. I won't be, you're not going to hurt my feelings if you say you don't like the nickname. I get it. guys, that's been about it for this one. If you want to pick one up, head on over to my Amazon shopping channel. They're currently $31.92, and I'll make sure to put a link down there in the description field for you. And guys, it's been about it for this one, man. I'd love to know your thoughts about this watch. Let me know. I've got another review coming up for you here in probably a couple days. And instead of Sunday, actually, I might do another review Sunday as well. Anyway, but I've got another one coming up for you, probably Wednesday, and then our normal Sunday review. So anyway, I will see y'all then. Take care. Bye-bye.